All right, Matthew, time for news or noise. And obviously, we're going to start with the greatest tight end of all time, TJ Hockenson. 6 receptions, 131 yards, and a touchdown for the 8th overall pick. Matthew, is he news or noise after his Week 1 performance?
I hate to admit this, Daniel, because it's going to make you happy.
Woo!
Clearly news. Now, let's be clear. The Lions aren't going to throw 45 passes most week, but Hockenson's usage here, very encouraging. He averaged over 17 air yards per target. It was clear the Lions wanted him to be part of their downfield passing attack. We also didn't see very much of Jesse James on Sunday. So very good news for Hockenson, who preseason reports had him being involved in this offense. I'm not ready to call him a top 10 must-start tight end just yet, but his fantasy stock certainly trending up, and he must be rostered in all leagues. He'll be a popular pickup this week. Who's next, Secret Squirrel?
All right, same game. Kyler Murray with 238 passing yards and 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter and overtime, Matthew. News or noise?
Yeah, once again, Secret Squirrel, this is news. Yes, Kyler and the entire Cardinals offense, a disaster for the first 3 quarters. But let's not forget, this was the first real NFL game for both Murray and Cliff Kingsbury, his head coach. There's going to be some growing pains. But the 4th quarter and overtime, where Kyler threw for nearly 240 yards and a pair of touchdowns, plus a 2-point conversion, showed us what this offense could be. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. Stay patient with Kyler Murray. I think the kid is special, and I think this offense has a chance as well. What's next, Daniel?
All right, Kirk Cousins of the Vikings threw just 10 passes in the win over the Falcons. Matthew, news or noise on Kirk Cousins?
Yeah, this is noise. The Vikings want to be more run-heavy. We know this, but not going to be this extreme. Remember, they were up 21-0 in the 2nd quarter of this game. Stephon Diggs already banged up, so it made sense for them to lean on the run here. For context, back in 2017, when the Vikings had Case Keenum at quarterback and attempted only 527 passes, both Thielen and Diggs still finished as top 13 wide receivers on a points-per-game basis. Don't worry about the Vikings passing game. They're all going to be fine, specifically who you care about, Diggs and Thielen. Who's next, Secret Squirrel?
All right, Gardner Minshew was 22 of 25 for 275 yards and 2 touchdowns as he takes over for Nick Foles, who has a broken clavicle. Matthew, news or noise on Minshew's performance?
Okay, so this is a little bit of news, and it's a little bit of noise. Yeah, a twofer for once. I think it's noise in the sense that Minshew himself probably not going to be fantasy relevant except for 2 quarterback leagues. But it's news for the viability of his pass catchers. D.D. Westbrook, Chris Conley, and D.J. Shark combined to catch 12 of the 13 targets for Minshew for 210 yards and a pair of touchdowns. Remember, Foles was injured in the 1st quarter of this game, so this wasn't all just garbage time. The game was actually still close when Minshew came in. It's probably still a downgrade from Nick Foles, but don't give up on the Jacksonville receivers because of this news. Shark and Conley should be popular on waiver wires this week. What's next?
All right, finally, so much for that 50-50 split with the Chargers because Austin Ekeler had 154 total yards and 3 touchdowns, while Justin Jackson had just 7 touches, Matthew. News or noise on this running back split?
Okay, this is noise. Specifically, the fact that Eckler outsnapped Jackson almost 3-1. Last year, the Colts really struggled against running backs in the passing game. This is why we talked up Eckler on the show last week. So the game plan was always going to favor Eckler on this past Sunday, right? But he delivered with a pair of receiving scores. Great game from Austin Ekeler. Jackson still averaged nearly 10 yards per carry. He's going to see more usage based on the matchup, I should say. I'm still expecting kind of a 65-35, 60-40 split with Eckler on the right side of that until Melvin Gordon returns. Austin Ekeler is still the Chargers running back you want, but I don't think the split is going to be nearly as extreme. Eckler isn't going to be the RB1 that he was in this game going forward, more of an RB2 with Jackson probably going to get a little bit of flex value.
Hi everyone, thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, more analysis, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+. We'll see you there.